Tessie?
Hello, Monica.
Any messages?
No, there's nothing for you. You're looking kind of tired.
Well, I think that's due to a rather sleepless night.
Well, that electrical storm was really something, wasn't it?
Oh, it's dreadful. And once again, we lost our power.
It happens quite a lot on Harborview Drive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a great place to live. It's just beautiful, but we do get the brunt of storms. Listen, I'm going to go see the baby, and then I'm going to do rounds.
Monica.
Okay?
I need to talk to you.
Oh, well, Lesley, I was just on my way to see the baby and do rounds.
Well, then tell me when you're going to be free, and I'll meet you in the cafeteria.
Look, I really don't feel up to talking.
You have to. This is very important.
Just make yourself comfortable, Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Hardy.
Mrs. Taylor is with us because, as you know, the scholarship fund is in honor of her late husband.
Yes, you must be very proud.
Oh, yes, indeed I am. Medicine was my husband's whole life. That's why it's very important to keep the spirit of the scholarship alive by finding the most dedicated medical students available.
Well, I'm dedicated to medicine, although I must admit I don't come by it naturally.
A doctor is chosen, has a calling, if you will. Now, we'd like to know what you want to get out of the field of medicine and what you expect to give back.
Well, my whole life, if I can get the chance. Trouble is, things are tough at home, financially speaking.
Well, this is what this scholarship fund is all about, Paul. Giving financial assistance to young men and women so they can devote themselves to becoming doctors without having to worry about financial problems. Now, too many good students have been dropped out for that reason. Now, it's been a dream of mine that General become a teaching hospital someday. And the Peter Taylor Scholarship is the first step toward that goal.
Well, Dr. Taylor was a psychiatrist. Does that mean you'll be giving special consideration to that field?
No, not at all. Are you interested in any particular specialty?
Cardiology. Because of the work being done here by Dr. Rick Weber.
Our chief of the new cardiac wing.
Yes. I'd like a chance to study under a man like Dr. Weber.
Well, he's one of our best surgeons. No doubt about that. But when he's not available, we have some other fine doctors on hand. Cunningham. Monica Quartermain.
I hope I haven't kept you waiting.
It's all right. Rick told me about your worries concerning Alan, that he might know about the baby.
I'm sorry, told you.
Well, he was trying to protect me in case it was true and there was going to be any kind of scandal.
Well, it could be my imagination, Lesley.
That's
just
right.
out of my own guilt.
Yes, it could, and I'm glad you accept that as a possibility, at least.
I am paying, Lesley. I am paying dearly for everything I have done to anybody, if that is any consolation.
I don't want that kind of revenge. We always suffer if we hurt someone else. Nobody has to punish anybody else.
Well, I look at you and Rick, and I see what I've done to your marriage.
We're surviving.
You know, I remember when I was in the hospital and you came to me and you told me that you wanted me to live so we could fight for a man that we both loved. What happened to that moment?
How can I fight for someone who doesn't really want me?
Oh, listen.
You've always come first, Monica.
No.
Always. I am second best. That is a very hard thing to admit, let alone live with.
Well, it isn't enough to say that I'm sorry. I am sorry I caused the heartache.
It isn't enough. Just at least don't compound it now by imagining things where Alan's concerned.
I hope it is my imagination.
Monica, you're not going to be able to keep a secret like this forever.
I know that.
Sooner or later, it's going to come out. You're living with a time bomb. Even if Alan doesn't know and never finds out, there's Tracy. And that baby's blood type is on file in the hospital lab. And I would suggest not thinking for 1 minute that she doesn't know that. Monica, it seems to me you really do have to talk to Alan. Please, think about it at least.
Hello, Jesse.
Hello.
Howard. Howard Lansing, remember?
Howard, of course. I'm sorry. My mind is someplace else.
Oh, say, a million miles away.
No, in the cafeteria.
Oh, hi. Hi, Howard. Hi. Jesse, are there any messages?
Yes, you have a couple. There you are.
Thank you.
Oh,
Leslie. Hello,
Yes,
Lesley.
the woman we're looking for.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I was supposed to meet with you. Would you mind awfully if we made a little bit later?
Well, no, of course not.
Okay. I just don't think I could, face talking about Rick right now. Gail, I think maybe you might want to go into the cafeteria to Monica. She's sort of falling apart. Steve.
If you don't mind, I'll find out what's wrong.
Yeah, you go right ahead. We can talk later.
Monica,
Hi.
I can see something's bothering you.
Oh,
Care to talk about it?
no, it's nothing. It's nothing. I think it was a sleepless night that did me.
Storm kept you awake?
Yeah, it's really foolish. You know, I'm a grown woman, and I mean, there's no reason for me to be afraid of storms like that anymore.
Well, Monica, it was during a terrible storm that you gave birth to your son. Storms are bound to remind you of what a close call it was for you and the baby.
I wasn't really thinking of that.
I'm sure you're suffering aftershock.
Yeah, perhaps you're right.
But your baby will be going home soon, and it'll make a big difference. You'll, well, I know it hasn't been easy on you, Monica. I mean, you haven't been able to hold him, take care of him.
I missed that.
You know, once he's out of that incubator for good, your life's going to have a whole different meaning. A new meaning.
Yes, I've been thinking that once we got the baby home, that things would be a lot different.
Meanwhile, I'm going to insist that you take some time off. Stay home
No,
and recuperate.
Steve. No,
I want
wait
you
a
to do
minute.
it immediately.
No, I want to work, Steve. I have to work.
What you have to do, young lady, is take care of yourself.
Please, Steve, please let me work. I mean it. Well, I need to be close to the baby.
All right, then. We'll wait until the baby goes home. Then you're going to take a leave of absence, and you're going to take care of yourself and the baby the way a mother should.
Monica?
Yeah.
Hi.
Glad you're here. You're just the person that Monica needs right now.
I'll take over, Steve.
Monica, I'm sure Alan will want you home, too. So you can be alone with the baby.
Here now, you drink this cup of hot tea.
Thanks.
Monica, I just don't understand Lesley. I mean, what would make her say those kind of things to you?
Well, she thinks that she is second best. Always has been.
She said that to you?
That's the way she feels.
Poor Lesley. I really feel sorry for all of you.
Especially Rick. I know why he's quitting his head in cardiology. Gail, it's because he doesn't want to run into me. He doesn't want to see me, assisting in surgery. You know, really, the best thing would be for me to resign it. Then I could get out of everybody's life.
Oh, Monica, don't talk such nonsense. Now, listen, you can't just throw your career away like that, and I don't think Rick wants to do that either. But if he does, that's his business. You have got to think of yourself, and you've got to start thinking rationally.
I can't think rationally about anything anymore.
What? I apologize for having kept you waiting.
Well, that's all right, dear. Howard and I had some things to go over anyway.
I guess everything's just catching up with me.
Well, Leslie, I shouldn't wonder, but don't worry. Lee and I are going to take care of the mortgage payments while you and Rick are temporarily separated.
Thank you, Howard, but I'm not at all sure that it's temporary.
Well, now, of course it is. Both of you need a little time, that's all.
Oh, I think Rick needs more than time. He seems to need a whole new life. And a new world. You know, he's moved down to the waterfront.
Oh, Leslie, I'm sure that's temporary, too.
Well, at any rate, thank you. Yes, thank you for making the mortgage payments.
Well, Rick did insist on that, and I think it's only right.
And I am going along with it, but I do feel he should be living in that house. That is his family's house. And he's always loved it. It's always meant just the world to him. Well, I guess he just doesn't want any more reminders.
Lesley, Rick wanted me to ask you if there are any other things that you'd like for him to pay. And if there are, you just tell me and we'll include them. Huh?
No, I'm taking care of everything else.
Well, if you can think of anything, you let me know. Rick would like it that way.
Well, I like it this way.
All right, fine. Now, you do understand that these papers Howard and I have drawn up are in no manner a legal separation.
Oh, yes, I understand that. I do.
All right. Oh, well, I'll talk to you later.
And I'll talk to you later. I want to stay and talk to Lesley.
All right, fine. You keep your chin up.
Mm-hmm.
Lesley, this came by mistake to the Metropolitan Club. It was forwarded there, and it's addressed to you.
Oh.
And I picked up and thought I'd bring it to you.
Looks like a bill. It's not a bill. It's, an estimate on some work I wanted to have done.
What kind of work?
These people were recommended to me. They do work that keeps very fine old furniture just in perfect condition. And I had wanted to have that desk that belonged to Rick's father restored for him. I just forgot about it, you know, with the separation and all, and it's too late now because he has it with...
Lesley.
A piece of paper can do that.
I'm sorry. If I'd known, I'd never brought it over.
No, I'm gonna cry. It's all right. It really is, you know. I just had forgotten about it, that's all. It's okay. Really, Howard, everything is okay. It's good. I'm glad that he has his father's desk with him. It just means that there's one link still to the world he used to love.
That's right. Remember, no matter how hard he tries, Rick is never going to be able to change the kind of man he is, basically.
Hi, honey. Did you talk to Monica?
For what good it did.
Well, what's going on inside that girl?
What isn't going on inside that girl?
It's that bad.
It's terrible. The awful look of fear in her eyes.
Well, what's she afraid of? Is Alan threatening her, hurting her?
No, she says he hasn't. I think it's her own fear. I think it's her deep-rooted fear that the truth is finally going to come out.
You mean the night she spent with Rick?
Oh, Lee, we both have suspected for a long time that baby is not Alan's.
Oh, Gail, now.
No, we both.
Honey.
It probably belongs to Rick.
Now, don't, please. I just hate to think where that might lead.